challenges that you are facing. And before that, let me welcome all of you and welcome all the dignitaries and experts sitting on the dais and off the dais. It's really a gathering of all the knowledge experts and knowledge workers. It's a great feeling. So I have spent about 20 years focusing on the government informatics program, and I have been hearing the words for the good governance, e-governance, smart governance, all that. I would like to say, after the ICT came into being, ICT for development, they write ICT 4D. We have about last 5 years or so or more, the phases have been difficult. A lot of things are getting involved in the process. And the initial approaches 5 years or 6 years down the line, it was mostly top driven and technology oriented. But when we look at this same ICT for development, it has become more participating and business innovation oriented. Now, see, through this similar kind of workshops, seminars and discussions, deliberations, a lot of efforts have been put to decipher a set of best practices. Since last 10 years, there have been revolutionary changes in the governance mechanism at the international level, national level, state level and local level. And such process is aided by techno-managerial changes. Looking at Indian rural context, this mechanism has been evolving, and the challenge has been all along how to reach the underprivileged, how to reach the grassroots level. And in India, we have got 6 lakhs revenue villages. How to reach them, empower them through ICT. And there's with the change, an institutional service delivery mechanism has come into place. And to meet the rural poor, that's what I was trying to say, grassroots level, reaching out to grassroots level. And 2 mechanisms have been involved. One is the CSC, Common Service Centers, and secondly the e-Panchayati Raj. These 2 models are being operated across the country in different states. And in addition to that, NIC Odisha has been in the process of delivering services at the grassroots level, G2G, G2B, G2C. And one interesting point I would like to say, it is no more so much of failures in IT. The recent statistics, it says, the rate has increased. Success rate has been increased from 15% to 37% across the country. Now, before going ahead, I would like to make it more relevant for Odisha. Better governance in the urban areas than rural areas. And you'll be surprised to know about only 17 to 18% are urban areas in Odisha, and more than 80% are rural areas. So obviously, when a lot of resources are being spent, and we must commit that these rural areas, we should reach out to the rural areas, underprivileged and poor people. 73% population doesn't have access to electricity. 25 million people, they use firewood as the basic source of energy, fuel. 83% they don't have access to proper latrine. 47% below poverty line. Safe drinking water is another challenge. Of good governance in urban areas, that is taken. Now, keeping such statistics in mind, we have been NIC has been taking a lot of efforts to deliver a couple of interesting applications which has been successfully rolled out, and it has been delivering services G2G, G2C services. And you can see from there that about 2030 crores rupees that has been given by Government of Odisha as compensation. Then there is a PHD portal for the rent collection, We have got a petty procurement system, document management system, track the missing child, Go Naksha, Vidyarthi one application. Then there is an application for the post-matric scholarship for the SC/ST students. It has been rolled out across the state. There are a number of applications, and one Viju Kusha Kalyan Yojana that has been made already. I think Governor Sir will going to speak on that. E-procurement is one of the major applications. Now I will just summarize it. What are the challenges? One of the major challenges with the program management, e-infrastructure, because the government machinery has been very complex, government process is complex. So to handle a very complex government machinery, we need to have that kind of infrastructure. Interestingly, one statistic I would like to give you, 90% of the people in the country, they don't know English. Capacity building is another very important exercise which has been going on. It's a continuous process. And to this PPP model, government must take a serious look at the PPP model. Change management is very, very essential. In the change management, you see, when we are developing an application, major application for the government, we go by the workflow better. The entire machinery will be working on the particular process for last so many years. When you want to change it, there is a resistance. Because the workflow model won't allow any change in it, because there is an entity and event based from one point to the final point. When there is a change, there is a resistance. But we have to overcome that resistance and ensure that the application is properly followed. The workflow is in place. Then another thing is a lot of IT infrastructure that has been already there. We have to ensure that the proper utilization of ICT infrastructure, integration of services, and one final and continuous key challenge is the development of leaders and change managers to inspire institutional change, support collaboration, and engage in all sorts of this. It is quite analogous to the crankshaft mechanism. You know, there are gear and pinion. You use the lever, automatically power gets transferred, and finally the BHP that you get, it is going to increase. So it's a crankshaft mechanism at every point, unless initial point is very important, so that the final point you get all the output. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.